Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. The name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Let's go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so great to have baseball back, man. Oh boy! All right, so we got two games going on today. We're doing the Phillies Blue Jays game today. That's not on cable. If you guys want to watch along to the Phillies Orioles game, for those of you that do have cable, and then just put me on in the background for like more of like a radio call. That's like what we do on here anyways. I know that there's like some audio sinkers who love to, just like watch the game and then tune down or turn down the broadcasters and then put me up. Like that's really cool. But you get to watch one game and listen to the other game for those of you that are like that. And for those of you that are just stuck with one or the other, you're stuck with the Blue Jays game today. Both of them should still be a good game though. All right, so the Phillies, in one of the games, are taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. The Phillies just played the Blue Jays not too long ago. Their starting lineup tonight, it'll be Trey Turner, Brandon Marsh, Bryson Stott, Max Kepler, Rafael Marchand, Cody Clemens, Gabriel Rincones, and Cal Stevenson and Rafael Antigua. So that is their starting five for today in that lineup. I don't know yet who's pitching in this game, but I will let you know once I do find out. Still haven't seen Ranger Suarez pitch out there, which I think is really interesting. Let's see. Let's go to Phillies Blue Jays and see if they posted anything on Twitter. All right, so they have today's umpires for both games. Taijuan Walker is going to pitch today against the Toronto Blue Jays. Interesting. Okay. And Max Scherzer will be on the mound for Toronto. Now, the Blue Jays are pretty much playing their whole entire lineup today. They got Bo Bichette, Dalton Varsho, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., Anthony Santander, George Springer, Andres Jimenez, and Alejandro Kirk. All of them are starters. Will Wagner over at third base, starter as well. And Stuart Barora, who is going to be playing out in center field for them. So again, Max Scherzer is pitching for the Blue Jays, and it'll be Taijuan Walker who is on the mound for the Phillies. The crew chief for tonight, it'll be Brendan Miller, Mark Carlson, Vic Carapazza, and Adam Beck that are out there as the crew chief. And then I just wanted to know who's pitching in the O's game. Curious. Who is pitching in the Orioles game? Phillies Orioles. Who's pitching? Christopher Sanchez versus Dean Kramer. Interesting. Wild. Okay, cool. Oh man. All right, so I think that is good. We're at 22% on this phone, so that's nice. We'll put this over here, and then we'll lay this down there. And I think that we're all good. In case you have not done so already, please make sure that you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers before opening day. Okay, and we are currently at 4,863. So if y'all could just take a time out for yourselves, hit the thumbs up button, and hit the subscribe button as well, please make sure that you do so. Versus Baltimore, it's Chris S. Chris S. Yeah, Christopher Sanchez. Chris S. Chris Sale. I got you. All right, y'all are yelling at me. Okay, I see it. Sanchez. I see it. Yes, I see it. Yes. All good. I know that you're not yelling at me. But yeah. All right, so Phillies versus Orioles should be getting underway in just a few moments. I wanted to talk to you about Taijuan Walker today. Okay, so I don't think he's going to be in the starting rotation, but today is honestly a good day to try to use him and see what he does have. A lot of pressure on him today. Is Taijuan Walker best coming out of the bullpen? Or do you think that the Phillies should drop him? What should the Phillies do with Taijuan Walker? Let me know down below. Jose Alvarado, Orion Kirkland, Jordan Romano. I'm looking at this bullpen right now that they have, and I'm just wondering, where does Taijuan Walker fit in the bullpen? I'm really just curious. Do you think that the Phillies should just drop him? I think he deserves a shot. I know that the Phillies are paying him a lot of money, but if he struggles today, and if he struggles during his next spring training outing, what do you do? What do you do if you're the Phillies? That's really what I want to know. So, do you just eat up his contract? What's going on? Also, something else that I wanted to sort of talk about too is really, when you watch Taijuan Walker, is he really like a fifth, sixth inning guy? I just don't think that he has a spot on here. But that's just me, and I'm just curious to hear your thoughts about it. I don't know. I'm just curious. Crew chief for this afternoon will be Brendan Miller, Mark Carlson, Vic Carapazza, and Adam Beck that are out there as the umpires for this afternoon's game. Gabriel Ronconis, I'm excited to see him. He's been one of the top prospects that I've really enjoyed watching him. He has so much power in the bat. I think that what he does a really good job at is getting ahead in the pitch counts and just finding a way to hit one out of the park, man. Is Taijuan starting? Yep, he's starting. We should have gotten rid of Walker, says Midnight Hal. Just drop him, right? Because there's nobody that would have traded for him. Nobody would have traded for him. So you're saying that the Phillies are just better off dumping his salary and just chewing it up. Just chewing it up. So, I don't know. Tough spot. But he deserves a shot, in my opinion. He deserves a shot, and if he struggles during spring training, he has 2 outings for me. 2 outings. And then I'm done if he struggles in both of them. I'm done with Michael Mercado. I don't know what they see out of him. I'm done with him. I'm done with Cal Stevenson. I am. I don't say drop him, but I'd find a way to trade him, personally. And Taijuan Walker, he gets 2 outings. If he struggles in the 2 outings, then we're done. We're done with him. He's probably going to play 1 inning, so we will be okay. Yeah. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Let's go into the live stream setup. Next time I do this, I realize when I'm on here, what I need to do during the pregame show is I need to come up with talking points. That's going to be something that I'm really going to have to start dedicating time to, because it's a little bit hard to think on the spot for me. I feel like I've been talking about this team for a little bit of time, and I'm going to have to try to find a way to do some pregame notes. That'll be really helpful, I think, to our cast on here. I really do. I think that would be really beneficial for us. Also, I'm going to start a goal. I'm going to start a goal right now, okay? If we get to 5 Super Chats by the end of this stream, I will host live call-ins to the show on Discord, okay? And a Super Chat is also equivalent to a membership as well, because it's $2.99 a month. So if you wanted to just pay the $2.99 for this month and get access to some really, really cool emotes, then that's what we're going to do. All right, so I will host a Q&A. Or sorry, not a Q&A. I will host a post-game show call-in if we get there. All right? We will start that goal right now. And it has to be $5 or higher. All right, there we go. So there is our goal, and that's where we are. Christopher Sanchez is on the hill for the Phillies in the Blue Jays game. In the Orioles game, that is. Won 11-9 last year. Again, you guys can have that on in the background, and we're just going to be calling this game right here. All right, so let's refresh this. And that. Good. Just got another sub. Just got another sub. Beautiful. Absolutely great. Max Scherzer last season at a 3.95 ERA. And he is on the hill. He pitched really well in his first outing for the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays will have Santander out in left, Barora in center, Springer in right. At third, it's Wagner, Bichette, Jimenez, and Guerrero from third to first. Alejandro Kirk is behind the plate. And then you got Max Scherzer on the mound. Phillies in the Orioles game are wearing their white and red pinstripes. Sanchez has the red high socks. In the Blue Jays game, as that game gets underway and the first pitch is in there for a strike to Trey Turner, Phillies are in their gray tops, their cream tops, I should say, and bottoms. First pitch was called a ball, but it's clearly a strike, and they will use the ABS system to challenge it, and it's an 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch to Turner. He pops it up over towards the first base side, out into shallow right field. Second baseman will get under it, and Andres Jimenez will make the grab for out number 1. Oof, that changeup by Sanchez was filthy. Where are you tuning in from? Let us know down below. And hit that thumbs up button as well. We got 12 people tuning on in. Appreciate you guys. All right. The pitch over from Marsh. High fly ball hit out over towards left center field. Going back is the center fielder, and he makes the catch right at the wall. Holy cow. What a catch out in center field by Stuart Barora. It was actually Santander who caught it. He called off Barora, but still, that was a really nice catch, and that could have been a double. Already 2 up, 2 down. And now Bryson Stott is up to bat. So 2 outs here in the top of the first. It's no balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch to Stott just misses outside for ball 1. Stott last season at 245. He had 11 homers and 47 RBI. The 1-1. That's down for ball 2. Philly for Life says I'm in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Nice. Not too far from me, man. Christopher Sanchez already throwing 98 miles per hour. 2-1. That misses away for ball 3. I think he honestly could be in the top 5 for Cy Young if he stays healthy. 3-1 pitch. Pop-up. Hit over towards the third base side in foul territory. And making the catch over at third base is Will Wagner. And the inning is over. Phillies go down in order 1, 2, 3. And we head to the bottom of the first out at TD Bank Ballpark. When does the next game start today? It's going on right now. Sanchez already has thrown 98 miles per hour. That game is on right now. It's on cable. That's why we're not doing it. 96 on the sinker by Sanchez. Holy cow. All right, so the Blue Jays, they have Bichette, Varsho, Vladdy, Santander, Springer, Jimenez, Kirk, Wagner, and Barora all out there. I'll tell you what. Some people might think that this is a hot take. I know it's only March 2nd. I want Gabriel Rincones up. I want him to make one of the final roster spots, man. I really do. Bichette will be leading things off for the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't have cable, says Mark. I'm just saying that's on cable. I'm just saying. You know what I'll do? I'm sorry. I'll put that score underneath. How about that? Does that sound better? I'll do that. Because you're right. Okay. Hold up 1 second. I'll do that when we go to the end of the inning. Taijuan Walker pitching already. 0-1 pitch. And that is taken down low for a ball. All right. I'll find a way to get that. Okay. One ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch. And it's taken down low for a ball. Where is... Let's go back to our info board. All right, I'll change that scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bichette in the box. In the 3-2 pitch, ground ball hit back up the middle for a base hit. And Bo Bichette gets on with a leadoff single. Okay. So let's go to this. Let's change this scoreboard and see how this goes. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. That's not working. There it is. Okay. The pitch on the way, and it's a little bit low, but the throw over the second base to get the runner is out. Rafael Marchand with a cannon of an arm, able to gun out Bo Bichette, and there's one away. Perfect swipe as well by Trey Turner. So Bichette, who's pretty fast, gets caught stealing on the bases. The 1-0 pitch, and that is a strike called. All right, so let's rename this and say other Phillies score. Sorry, we're just adjusting on the fly. Two balls, two strikes. Varsho up to bat in the 2-2. There's a high fly ball hit out over towards deep right field. It's going back towards the track, and it's gone. Dalton Varsho takes a pitch that was hanging right down the middle, and not a good start by Taijuan Walker. And it's 1-0 Toronto. That thing was crushed. Hanging slider right at the knees, and he knew it. Cut! No, I'm kidding. Here comes Vladdy, and he smokes this one over towards the second base side. Thank goodness Stott has it, and there's 2 away. Well, at least we have Marchand, who has a cannon. How many feet did that thing go? Taijuan with a 27 ERA so far in the spring. So 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Let me know how this looks, guys. We're going to get rid of this, actually. And we're just going to put this one up here. 0-1 pitch. There's a high chopper hit over towards third base. Then the throw on the run by Lantigua will get Anthony Santander out. The inning is over. Blue Jays do get 2 hits, and they get a run on a solo homer by Dalton Varsho. And we go to the second inning. All right, so let's change this. Again, I'm just adjusting this on the fly. Okay. All right. Good stuff. How does this look? Does this look better? And then I got to change my ticker down low. And I will put, instead of NBA and NHL scores, we're just going to do MLB scores because there's no NBA games or any of that on right now. So let's change our NHL ticker. Get rid of these. Unselect that, and select all for Major League Baseball. There we go. Better. Better. 1-0 Blue Jays as we head into the top of the second inning. Harper just got a single in the Baltimore game. Max Scherzer, over the last 9 years, has had the highest whiff rate. At 24.5. He looks fresh. He looks really, really strong out there. They didn't say the distance of the homer. Not yet. 2 Phillies games at the same time? Yeah. The pitch, pop-up, hit over towards shallow center field from Max Kepler. 1 pitch, 1 out. All right, let's get active. Charge. Again, we're warming up. Rafael Marchand, batting on the left side, stares at a 92-mile-per-hour pitch that ends at the knees. 4 strike 1. Marchand hit .294 last year, had 3 homers and 12 RBI. And the pitch, that's taken for a called strike. Using the ABS strike system again to challenge this. It's an 0-2 count. Scherzer on the bump. And the 0-2. That misses outside for ball 1. Second pitch was called outside originally. And then they reversed it to a strike. Next pitch. And it's taken outside. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch after that's taken down low for ball 2. Scherzer not wasting any time. And the 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss. And already 5 up, 5 down. Max Scherzer has it going on. He pitched so well in his first spring training game. He struck out 4 batters in 2 innings and didn't allow any base runners. Call it a split squad game. That's what's going on right now. 1-0 Jays. The pitch to Clemens, and he stares at a curveball that's just down low for ball 1. A lot of wicked movement on that pitch. The 1-0 popped up, hit over towards the third base side in foul territory. Third baseman, it's under it, but can't make the catch. Right at the backstop over towards the third base side. So Wagner could not catch it. It was a tough play. Not so easy. Battling the sun and also going over towards that backstop area. One ball, 1 strike to Cody. The pitch, high for ball 2. Forgot that Walker Buehler is not on the Dodgers anymore. He's on the Red Sox. The 2-1 delivery. That misses outside. And it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Maybe they should have put Christopher Sanchez in this game. Three-one pitch. There's a high fly ball hit out over towards left field. It's carrying. It's going back towards the track. See you later. Clemens ties this baby up at 1 apiece. He makes the roster. All right, now it's Rincones who comes up. The lefties have been doing a really good job in spring training. First pitch, swing and a miss. That was a beautiful swing by Cody. 0-1 to Gabriel Rincones, and he grounds it foul over towards the first base side. That just left the ballpark. They said that Clemens' homer was 353 feet. 0-2 on the way. Strike 3 called right down the middle. And Rincones watches one go by against an all-time great pitcher in Max Scherzer. Phillies do some damage, though, and Cody Clemens takes Max Scherzer a yard. And we go to the bottom of the second. 1-1. All right, let's change this guy. Where is he? Where's our inning scores? Refresh. Interact. And let's go back to... Let's go to this one. There we go. Okay. Christopher Sanchez is just hitting 98 miles per hour. Doing that with a sinker. And last year, that sinker was about 94.5 miles per hour. That is a huge tick. There's a changeup. There's a foul ball. All right. So the Phillies are tied 1-1. Dalton Varsho with a solo homer in the bottom of the first. And then the Phillies tied it back on a solo jack by Cody Clemens in the top of the second. Watching right now, this changeup is gross. That's wild. That scoreboard is frozen on the bottom. Sorry about that. Here comes Taijuan Walker for his second frame. Throws the first pitch that he sees just a little bit low. That's a 1-0 count. Walker comes set and delivers. And the next pitch is lower. 2 balls, no strikes. To George Springer. Played in 145 games last year. Takes the next pitch up high and inside. Austin Riley and Matt Olson. It took them 3 pitches to go back-to-back on homers against Marcus Stroman. Next pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Walker with 19 pitches, the 20th one. Here it is. Swing and a miss. 92. So he goes sweeper, curveball, 4-seam fastball on the last 3 pitches in the 3-2, and there's a line drive, but it's caught over at shortstop by Trey Turner, and there's 1 out. Now Andres Jimenez will come up to bat. We got 32 people on here watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Jimenez will step into the box. He stares at a curve that catches the end of the strike zone for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Walker kicks, fires, and it's low. Next pitch, foul ball. Sanchez went 2 innings, allowed a 1 hit, no runs, and had 4 strikeouts. 2-1, check swing, foul ball. And it's an even count at 2 apiece. Time called by Andres Jimenez, played for the Cleveland Guardians. 2-2, ground ball knocked down by Walker, bounces in front of him, throw over to first, just got him, and there's 1 away. Give Walker credit for staying with the play there. You have to try to knock it down on the comebacker that came right over to him. That's actually 2 gone now. I'm screwing up today. But that is out number 2. Got to lock in. Distracting watching 2 games, man. Alondra Kirk will come up to bat hitting on the right side. And he fouls off the first pitch. The 0-1, foul ball. So we got the other game on down below. We're not doing it because it's on cable. And I figured that maybe it would help us get more people to come on here. Just to do it that way. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And now Alejandro Kirk strikes out, and we go to the top of the third. Quick inning for Taijuan Walker. Pitched much better in that second inning. And the third one is coming up. Ugh, great. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. See how JT does. JT just walked. That's nice. After this game is done, we'll watch the end of the other game. If it's still on. Buddy Kennedy's up to bat. That pitch is outside. Unrivaled has now announced a licensing deal with the WNBA and the licensing arm that handles group deals with most major pro sports leagues, according to Front Office Sports. The new league needed to strike a deal before it could sell things like jerseys and collectibles. I like the league. I think it's cool. Dude, how do you get doubled up like that? Oh, JT was safe. That was a bad throw out in left field, and JT could have easily gotten doubled up on a good throw back over to first. Just got a terrible read on it. Throw was offline. All right, up to bat as we go to the top of the third is Cal Stevenson in the Blue Jays game. And he takes a called strike at the knees. Scherzer still pitching. Had 22 pitches entering into this third inning. 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. That slider. There's nothing like it. Cal had a 250 average last year and 6 RBI. The 0-2 that he sees is down for ball 1. I'll take Rinconis over Cal Stevenson right now. 1-2 pitch. That misses down for ball 2. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Scherzer with a big kick and a big fire. Wanted to paint that outside corner, but just misses. It was a whisker off the plate. Charge! The payoff pitch from Max Scherzer, swing and a miss. 93 miles per hour on the gun. That pitch looked really deceiving. And Cal Stevenson is down on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Scherzer. He goes back to back. It's actually the third strikeout, as he gets the first out of the third. The pitch to Antigua It's on the outside corner. Knew that was coming. I knew it. 0-1. Strike 2. The ball's 2 strikes. The next pitch. Check swing. They appeal. No swing, says Mark Carlson. Max Scherzer has an 18-5 record against the Phillies. And he has struck out 247 batters in 31 appearances throughout his career. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball rolled over towards third base. Good stretch over at first on the throw from Wagner all the way to Vladdy. And there's out number 2. And we go back to the top of the order. I'm like looking up and I'm looking at the TV and I'm like, wait, the inning's over? And I'm like, well, wait, I got to look down because I'm watching this game on the iPad. 2 outs, top of the third. The pitch to Trey, and he takes it down for a ball. Thank you, guys. Starters are the same old, yeah. 1-0 pitch to Trey, and it misses inside for ball 2. Got 31 people tuning on in. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Don't know why this other scoreboard is frozen. 2-0 pitch. There's a foul ball. In the other game, Dean Kramer is pitching. It's no score. So they go to the top of the third. We're in the top of the third out at TD Bank Ballpark. The 2-1 pitch to Trey Turner is fouled back over towards the screen. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and Trey Turner strikes out. And Max Scherzer does his job. Throws 3 strong innings, just allows the solo homer to Cody Clemens. That's it. We head to the bottom of the third. Okay. Max Scherzer versus Trey Turner. Stats. We'll say career. That can't be right. Max Scherzer has not faced Trey Turner 2 times in his career. Is that true? Trey Turner versus Max Scherzer. Is Lifetime just 2 for 6 against him? That can't be right. I know that they were teammates. 2 for 6, that is correct. It's wild. What's up, Josh? What's up, Mike? How are you? Looks like my favorite sport is back. Baseball's your favorite? Thought it was basketball. Just joking. It is a picture-perfect day at a TD Bank Ballpark. Tanner Banks is going to be pitching. pitch. That's taken for a ball. Will Wagner hitting .305. Last year in 24 games, he had 2 long balls and 11 RBI. And I'll roll this one over towards second base. Stott gets the glove down on it and tosses it over to first. And out number 1 is made. It's now Stuart Barora who's coming up to bat. I just saw that Debo got traded to the Commanders. I wanted to hear your thoughts about that. Commanders traded him for a 5th-round pick. Ended up happening last night. Didn't get to talk about it during the Sixers game. We don't really get to talk about a lot of things outside of the basketball world during those games because the games are pretty quick. Tanner Banks on the hill. Throws the 1-1. It's in there for strike 2. Washington's taken the remainder of his contract and paying his full $17.55 million salary, according to Adam Schefter. Next pitch on the way. Ground ball. Hit over towards shortstop. Throw over to first. He has to hurry up, Trey Turner, and it's not in time. Stuart Barora able to get on with an infield single. That's the first hit that they've had since the Dalton Varsho solo homer. This guy has speed. He is quick. He is really fast. He's just 25 years old. He's from the Dominican Republic. He had 6 steals last year and 37 at-bats. Pitch to Bichette, and it's down for a ball. They also got Jonathan Allen in the deal as well. Forgot to mention that. Next pitch on the way. It's up high and inside, but the throw to second base by Marchand. Another runner gunned out. And there's 2 away. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch to Bichette. And it's a foul ball. He wasn't trashing my channel. He was. You gotta get to know him. Gotta get to know him. 2-1. It's taken down for ball 3. He's been on here for like what? A year and like 2 months. 3-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball hit out over towards left field. Thank goodness it is a foul ball. Next pitch on the way. And there's another high fly ball hit out to left field. And that one is gone. And Bo Bichette will give the Blue Jays the lead back. Did not miss a beat on that pitch. That was it right out over towards left field. And he yanked that thing. And all that mattered was if it was fair or not. 2-1 Blue Jays. And the pitch from Banks, there's a grounder hit over towards the mound. The throw over to first in time, and Varsho is retired. And so we head to the top of the 4th. It's 2-1 Blue Jays. And by the way, in case you're wondering, in the Baltimore game, the Orioles have 2 runners on with 1 out. Yeah, Mike, it's in the title. It's in the title, my guy. We're doing Blue Jays and Phillies, not O's. All right. So 3 homers in this game already. They've all been solo homers. Next time that Marshawn guns out a runner, I'm going to be mad. Because the first time he gunned out a runner, Varsho hit a solo homer. The next time he did it, Bo Bichette hit a homer. So don't gun out any more runners. Gary Sanchez is now on the Orioles. Blue Jays also got Jeff Hoffman. They had a big offseason. They got rid of Cabrera, Romano, and Horwitz, but they brought in Santander, Jimenez, Scherzer, Hoffman. I think they also got Yimi Garcia as well. The pitch to Marsh, and that's taken for a strike. Marsh got robbed on the bases last time up. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. Mark says lol. Next pitch on the way, and that's taken down for ball 2. I'm going to open up a can of worms for you guys. You ready for this? 2-1, swing and a miss. We got a report last night at 7:15 from Don Van Natta Jr. as the 2-2 is fouled away. There's a writer for ESPN. And he said that Rob Manfred is considering a petition filed on January 8th by Pete Rose's family to have MLB's all-time hit leader removed from baseball's ineligible list. Should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame? And should he be removed from the ineligible list? 2-2. Round ball hit over towards second base, fielded cleanly, and the throw over to first will get Brandon Marsh out. MLB sources acknowledged the commissioner met with Fawn Rose and Lenkov, and that Manfred is now reviewing the petition to reinstate Rose. But in December of 2015, as Bryson Stott is up and takes the first pitch for a strike, Manfred rejected Rose's reinstatement petition after meeting with Pete Rose. And they're looking at this again. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 4th, 1 out. The pitch, ground ball hit over towards second base, fielded on a bounce, and the throw to first is in time. So back-to-back roundouts. And Max Kepler is going to come in to bat. Laurie says Rose absolutely belongs in the Hall. His issues were after his playing days. He was one hell of a player. and deserves to be there. Next pitch on the way, and Max Scherzer. Well, it looks like his day is done. So he goes 3 2/3. The screen froze. Sorry about that. And we have a pitch and change in the top of the 4th. So Kepler is going to come up to bat. But we have a pitch and change before that. What he did as a player still stands, says Roman Baird. Let me just ask it like this. What changes? What changes if he goes into the Hall? I'm not telling you that I'm for him going to the Hall or not. I just want to know specifically, like, does anything change if he goes into the Hall of Fame now? His gambling issues were while he was still playing. Yep. They were. The other game is in the top of the 3rd. Mosser's pitching. There's bases loaded. So the Phillies and the Orioles are tied. They are scoreless. The bases are loaded and there's 2 outs. And Gabe Mosser's pitching. We're still in the top of the 4th against the Blue Jays. That's the game that we're covering. And Rincones will step into the box. First pitch, he tries to dodge out of the way of it. Or Kepler, that is, who's in the box. Excuse me. And it's inside and low. Orioles just took the lead. They just took a 1-0 lead, but the Phillies got out of the inning. Nance is on the hill for Toronto. One ball, no strikes to Max Kepler, and time is called. Kepler has played in 10 seasons. He has a career batting average of .237. And the pitch, high fly ball, hit out over towards right center field, and that's going to bounce off the top of the wall. Took a weird bounce, and Kepler is going to think about going over to second base, and he dives in there safely and gets on with a 2-out double. Orioles take a 2-0 lead as they go to the bottom of the 3rd. Yeah. So they got 2 runners across the plate. Kepler also had 161 homers and 508 RBI. Rafael Marchand comes up and hits a rocket over to first base, but it's fielded on a bounce by Vladdy, and he'll jog on over to first to tag the bag. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We played 3.5 and go to the bottom of the 4th. There's a series just hit a home run. Saw that Christian Yelich was playing for the first time since he had his back surgery. That's really good news. A good player. Like to see him back. How far did Jose Siri's homer go? Oh, that thing was crushed. That left the ballpark. That was a monstrous homer. Jeez. They didn't say how far the homer was. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are on the way to 5,000 subscribers. Orioles lead at 2-0 against the Phillies. And the Blue Jays lead at 2-1 against the other squad. And that's the game that we're covering. And don't know why our scoreboard is not updating on the second one. It's weird. I like this debate going on in the chat. I really wanted to hear your thoughts, and I love getting chat active. That's why I wanted to raise this, because it's a great conversation to have. Schwarber just struck out. It is. I think it's a really cool combo. It's not working on OBS, but it's updating in real time. That's really odd. Let's refresh the browser. There we go. Now, why is this not refreshing? Is my next question. There we go. That's better. I think if you bring the game into disrepute, you don't earn your right to be in the Hall of Fame. It's a good convo, man. Valid points on both sides. Told you I was going to open up a can of worms. We got 35 people tuning on in. Join in on the convo. Should Pete Rose, A, be taken off of baseball's restricted list? And B, should he be in the Hall of Fame? That's what I want to know. The inning just ended. Okay, so something's wrong with this. Let's remove this doc right here. We'll remove this, and then we're just going to add another browser. Anthony Santander is up to bat. Blue Jays just got a runner on over at first base. 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a called strike. Let's figure this out. Phillies score. Phillies score 2. Two balls, one strike. To Anthony Santander. What are the dimensions of this? 300 by 150. 2-1. That misses outside for ball 3. Whoops. That's better. Three balls, two strikes. And time called. There we go. We finally got it up and running. It's active now. For some reason, it just froze. That was the problem. Technology, man. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout. That is the first Phillies strikeout since they got Alejandro Kirk to end the second inning. So 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. And now George Springer is coming up. McMillan is on the hill for the Phils. And he throws the first pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 4th inning. This guy Kuno is pitching in the O's game, is pitching really well. The pitch. That's down and out for ball 2. Springer lined out in his first at-bat. Two balls, no strikes. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Throw it back over to first. Not in time. Now should call it the ball. It's 3-0. Maybe watching it on the iPad is not such a good idea. 3-0 pitch, and that's down and away for ball 4. So back-to-back base runners. With 1 out. Springer led off 101 times last year. Davis Schneider led off 27 times for the Blue Jays last year. I think Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is still with them. Andres Jimenez steps into the box. In the first pitch, they try to appeal, and they say no swing over at third base. Cole Hamels is going to do a few of the broadcasts during the spring with Tom McCarthy. So that'll be cool. 1-0. And that's in the dirt for ball 2. And by the way, just to get confirmation on Jose Siri's homer, they still haven't ruled how far it went. Thought maybe they would by now. 2-0 pitch. That misses inside for ball 3. Runners on, over at first and second. 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Strike 1 from McMillan. John McMillan, part of the Phillies organization, throws the 3-1, and Jimenez pops it up over towards the alleyway in right field. The catch is made by Rincones. He also draws the throw over the shortstop, and there's 2 away. John Foley just said, well, if we're going by metrics, in 2027, Christopher Sanchez will be throwing 110 miles per hour. Two outs, bottom of the 4th. The pitch. That's taken just outside for ball 1. McMillan, 27 years old. Previously played for the Kansas City Royals and the Miami Marlins. Alejandro Kirk in the box. 1-0 pitch. And that's fouled away towards the screen. Played with the Marlins in 2024. It was the 21st round pick by the Tampa Bay Rays back in 2016. 1-1 pitch. That's high for ball 2. Two balls, one strike. The windup and the pitch. It's now 2-2. Two-two delivery. It was a backdoor slider, and it barely misses. And the count is now full. What's going on, Science Project? How are you? Bottom of the 4th here in Toronto. We're at a TD Bank ballpark. Kirk in the box. The 3-2 pitch. Check swing. They appeal. Did he go? Oh, yes, he did, says Mark Carlson. And the inning comes to an end. No runs, 2 men left. We've played 4 innings and head to the top of the 5th. Phillies trail 2-1. Unfortunately, we got news on Saturday night that Pittsburgh freshman football player Mason Alexander died in a car accident in his hometown, which was back in Fishers, Indiana. He was dead at the scene. They said that he was a passenger that was in a 2016 BMW driving south on Florida Road. The BMW traveled off the road and eventually hit a tree, and that caught fire. He was an ESPN 300 recruit for the class of 2025. So thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family and the school and the whole entire college football world. Al Bohm just hit a homer in the Baltimore game. It was a solo shot out to right center field. So it's 2-1 in both games now. But yeah, thoughts and prayers go out to Mason Alexander. It's terrible news. They're trying, the Astros, they're exploring putting Jose Altuve out in left field. They made a hell of a catch today at the wall. Bowden Francis is going to pitch for the Blue Jays. He had 2 complete games last year and 2 times where he was throwing a no-hitter. Comes Cody Clemens, who grounds this one back up the middle off the glove of Bo Bichette and deflected off of his glove, and everybody's going to be safe. It's an infield single to start off the top of the 5th. Nice play. Nice hit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now it's Gabriel Rincones who steps up to bat. First pitch, there's a high fly ball hit out over towards right center field, and that one is gone. Gabriel Rincones Jr. with his third homer of spring training, and he gives the Phillies a 3-2 lead. That was a rocket. Give him the spot now. Just give it to him. Three to two. Philadelphia. And now it's Cal Stevenson who steps into the box. That's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cal. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Remember the name. Just his third homer of spring training. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is taken for strike 2. Rincones just hit a 2-run homer. His third of spring training. 2-2 delivery to Stevenson. Swing and a miss. And Bowden Francis gets his first strikeout of the day. And that's a major league pitcher, man. That's why I like the split squad games. Because it gives guys like him more opportunities. Rafael Antigua's in the box. Batting in the 9 spot. And the 1-0 pitch. That's down for ball 2. Denver's playing Boston on ABC. Boston has a 61-48 lead. 2-0 pitch. That's popped up. It's a foul ball. Sidney Crosby just got his 19th goal of the season. Raquel got his 27th. It's a 3-3 game in the second period between the Penguins and the Maple Leafs. Austin Matthews also got his 22nd goal. 2-1 pitch. There's a line drive caught at second base by Jimenez. And 2 away. And that'll bring up Trey Turner. So Rincones, who struck out looking against Max Scherzer on 3 pitches in the bottom of the second, redeemed himself and got his third homer of spring training. The pitch to Trey Turner, and it misses way outside and low for a ball. One-zero pitch. That's down for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Did you know that Trey Turner has hit for the cycle 3 times? And that's actually tied for the MLB record for most cycles in a career. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the next pitch is taken for strike 2. 2-2 pitch, and that's down for ball 3. And the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. So Turner strikes out. The inning comes to an end. But Gabriel Rincones Jr. gives the Phillies a 3-2 lead. And we go to the bottom of the 5th at a TD Bank ballpark. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off. I will be right back in just a few moments. All right, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Play-by-Play with JJ. Let's make sure that we hit the thumbs up buttons and subscribe to the channel. We got 36 people tuning on in and 31 likes. Let's keep them coming, man. Does anybody know who has the most homers in Phillies spring training career? I really don't know. I know that Bryce Harper has had 38 homers since 2010 in spring training and 487 at-bats. But I'm curious as to who has the most. If anybody finds out, let me know. We're in the bottom of the 5th. It's Will Wagner coming up to bat. Ryan Kerkering is going to pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And the next pitch he sees is down and in for ball 2. The most spring training homers since 2010, Justin Upton and Freddie Freeman are tied with 41. 2-1 pitch. That misses for ball 3. Upton has had 41 homers and 627 at-bats. And Freeman had 715 and 41. Or 41 homers and 715 at-bats. The pitch. Popped up, hit over towards the third base side. Lantigua doesn't know where the ball is and finally gets under it and makes the catch right at the waist. Just a little bit below the waist. It is really sunny and just a battle out there. The wind is also a factor as well. Barora, who had an infield single his last time up, then got caught stealing, fouls off the first pitch. Look at the screen, my guy. They do. They do have 2 going on right now. 3-2 Phillies in the Blue Jays game. They're in the bottom of the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch to Baroa. There's a high fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. And this baby is tied. Remember this guy's name? That is Stuart Baroa. Made a nice catch in center field earlier in the game. Got on with an infield single. and now shows off the pop in the bat and gets his first homer of spring training off of Orion Kerkering. And Kerkering doesn't really give up a lot of home runs. I think he's only given up 2 in his career. Last time I checked. Well, thank goodness it's not the regular season because that does not count against them. I'll tell you before I see the screen, imagine if they both lose. Imagine if they both tie. There's a possibility for that. Comes Bo Bichette, and he fouls off the second pitch and is behind in the count 0-2. There have been 5 homers in this game so far. Just this game alone. 0-2 pitch. That's down for a ball. One-two pitch, and there's another fly ball hit out over towards left center field. And Stevenson will get there and make the catch. Called off Brandon Marsh, and there's 2 away. I want the best record in spring training. I don't care. I want the best record in everything. This is coming from a guy that says wins and losses don't really matter as much. It's more so about development. But guess what? I want the best record in everything. Selfishly. The Cubs were like, 6-0-2 in spring training? Is that correct? They're 8-0. They haven't lost a game. Pirates are 6-2 in spring training. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And the pitch, and that's taken outside for ball 3. All right, come on, keep it PG. Come on, man. Keep it PG. All right, come on. Three balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and there's 2 outs. And the next pitch is taken down and inside for ball 4. And Vladdy's going to come on up to bat. So it's a 2-out walk allowed by Orion Kerkering. Mercado almost took one right to the face. Oof. Here comes Vladdy. And the first pitch is taken just a little bit down low for a ball. It's 3-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Guerrero Jr. will bounce one back up the middle into the hole for a base hit. Rounding second and staying put there will be Dalton Varsho. And Vladdy gets on with a single. Mercado just tied it in the Orioles game, and it's now 2-2. He just hit a solo homer. There's a timeout here on the mound. Anthony Santander is coming up. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button as well. Just hit a homer off of a slider. The pitch. Fouled back over towards the screen. Eric, they do it because it gives more people opportunities to play. 0-1 pitch. That's taken outside. Trey Turner's in this game. Marsh is in this game. I mean, Schwarber's in the Baltimore game. They just give more people opportunities. That's all it is. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. That's what they do almost every spring training, just in case you didn't know. And the pitch on the way, and there's a foul ball. We haven't gotten 1 subscriber, man. Come on. We got to get more subs. They got Trey and Stott and Kepler in this one. 2-2 pitch. And there's a foul ball. And Orion, too. Both games are pretty much in the same spot now. 2-2 delivery. There's a grounder rolled over towards first base, and the flip back over towards Kirkring is in time, and the inning is over. All right, so we go to the top of the 6th, and we're tied 3-3 at a TD Bank ballpark. We're going to try to do as many games as we can this year. Not just Phillies-wise, but more baseball games. We're going to try to get to, our goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers before regular season begins for the Phillies. Opening day. Cassidy just struck out. And both games are now going to the top of the 6th. Chat, got a question for you. Okay, if you were to build a team around one player on the Phillies, would you rather build around Bryce Harper or Zach Wheeler? It might sound like a stupid question. I'm just coming up with a hypothetical barbershop question. As your cornerstone piece, who would you rather have? Zach Wheeler, who's one of the best pitchers in the game, or Bryce Harper? You could say, well, why can't you have both? If you were just to choose one over the other, who would you rather have? Brandon Marsh is coming up to bat. And the first pitch is grounded foul over towards the third base side. We were having a bona fide ace is rarer than a slugger. Rarer is a word? Is that a word? Rarer? First pitch to Marsh. There's a fly ball hit out over towards center field. And that'll be caught right shy of the track by Stuart Barora. Actually, we have a new defense out there. We got Roden playing out in left field. Shrek is now in center. And Barger is going to be taking over right field. Jose Alvarado will step on in to pitch for the Phils. That's in the Orioles game. Was looking up. And I should probably get rid of that. 1-0 pitch, and it's taken down for ball 2. Looking at both of these games, honestly, is like really distracting. I've noticed. 2-0. There's a ball that misses outside for ball 3. Mike says, I want to go with younger guys. Well, if you were to choose between one of the two, that wasn't the question. The pitch. That's taken for a strike. I'd build around Stott. Well, I agree with you, but I was just asking, who would you rather take, Wheeler or Harper right now? You were thinking about other guys than Wheels or Harper, but that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. Hypothetically, I agree with you. We're in the top of the 6th. There's 1 out. And now it's Max Kepler coming up to bat. He'll ground this one over towards first base. And it is a foul ball. Just barely. That would have been a 3-6-3 double play probably. Bowden France is still pitching. First base umpire Mark Carlson was like, foul, foul, foul. I love being back here. It's all fun with you guys. Dude, it's great. I love having you on, man. I do. Oh, 1 pitch, swing and a miss. We have a great chat. I really try to make it a fun chat on here. I just like doing traditional play-by-play. But I love having you guys on here as the outside noise. That's how it's going to be this year. If you guys are really going to want to talk to me, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm expecting bigger crowds this year. So I think that, we're going to get to the point where if you have something really important to tell me, you might have to super chat me, man. 0-2 pitch. That's taken on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And there's out number 2 here in the top of the 6th. Two gone here in the top of the 6th. Here comes Rafael Marchand, and he fouls back the first pitch. Oh, 1 pitch. And there's a foul ball. If I had to choose, it's Wheeler. I didn't think that you would win a World Series with... I don't think that you can win a World Series with Harper. Oh, 2 delivery. And there's a ball that misses outside. It's funny because both you and Larry... I'm not like singling you guys out because there are other people that believed it too, and I was not a part of it. As the 1-2 pitch is lined foul. You guys both said that you don't think that you can win the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. They proved you wrong. I hope Harper proves you wrong, too. Because I do think that you can win a World Series with Bryce Harper. I genuinely do. But baseball is more so about having the right pieces around you. You know? 1-2 pitch to Rafael Marchand, and there is a line drive hit out over to right field, and not being able to make the diving catch is the right fielder, and that's going to get past Barger. And, well, the Phillies are going to take the lead as they get an RBI double, as Stott will score. Barger was just a little bit early, laying out his whole body, and Rafael Marchand gives the Phillies a 4-3 lead on an RBI double. Let's go. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. RBI double, and now Cody Clemens is up to bat. First pitch he takes is for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Clemens homered in his first at bat. And the lefties continue to do damage for the Phils. I absolutely did not think you could win the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. Mike says he kind of won me over in the Super Bowl. 1-1. There's a pop-up hit out over towards center field. And stopping to make the grab for out number 3 will be Shrek. And the inning is over. Phillies do get another run on an RBI double by Rafael Marchand. And we head to the bottom of the 6th, 4-3 Phils. Okay. Looks like O'Neal Cruz accidentally hit a homer. What the heck happened? How do you accidentally hit a homer? Oh, it looked like it was a pop-up. And then the wind just carried that thing. O'Neal's smiling and laughing. He said, I did not think that was going to go. That is funny. That's really funny. Continue to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. How did Taiwan look today, JJ? A single to start off the game from Bo Bichette. Then he got gunned out. Dalton Varsho then hit a homer in the next at-bat. Vladdy hit a rocket over the second base, but he grounded out. And Santander grounded out over to third. And then Springer in the second lined out to short. Jimenez hit a sharp ground ball. Or sorry, it was a soft ground ball over towards the mound, and Kirk struck him out. Or Kirk struck out in the final at-bat. So not so good. Not so good overall. He got rocked by Varsho. He got rocked in that first inning. If Vladdy gets on with a base hit there, probably would have been the end. Bohm with his second homer today goes opposite field. And he is hot. Wow. That's in the Baltimore game. He just hit a rocket out to right field. All right, we're in the bottom of the 6th out here in Toronto, out here at TD Bank Ballpark, as the other squad is playing. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. The guy that's on the mound is Max Lazar. How many homers is that today for the Phillies in both games combined? 6? 4-3 Phils. The 2-1 pitch from Lazar. And that just misses outside for ball 3. Jeez. 3-1 offering, and there's a rocket hit over to right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit in front of Gabriel Rincones Jr. And there's a single to start off the bottom of the 6th. And Barger able to get on. Where's Barger? He's playing for George, right? Bottom of the 6th, nobody out. The pitch. It's popped up, hit over towards shortstop. Turner has it and gets under it to make the grab for out number 1. See, it's so confusing because you see the defensive substitutions, but then it's different because they're batting in different spots of the lineup. You know? Like, that part's weird. I think Roden is up to bat. He's a lefty, right? Yeah. One out, bottom of the 6th. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th. Phillies do lead it 4-3. Next pitch from Lazar, way up high for a ball. You know, for all you audio syncers, instead of just syncing the call or whatever, you could put the other game on. I'm trying to give you guys other ideas. You could put the other game on and then just have me on in the background. You could do that. 1-1 pitch, and that misses inside for ball 2. If you're capable, of course. 2-1 delivery. That just misses outside for ball 3. Phillies lead 4-3 against the Blue Jays. The other squad's playing against the Baltimore Orioles. And it's 3-2 in that game as they head to the top of the 7th. This game was going by quicker, and then it got slower. Or maybe it's Rincones, Larry. Who knows? The pitch, it's popped up. Hit out in foul ground, and it goes out of play. Maybe what they'll do is they'll put Rincones out and left. I don't know. Three-two pitch. That's down low for ball 4, and Marchand fakes the throw over the second base because it is a dead ball. And runners are at first and second base with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Does Rincones play in the outfield? Yeah. Plays in right field. He was the starting right fielder today. Stefanik is going to come on up to bat for Will Wagner. And Michael Stefanik stares at a strike. Only played in 40 games last year. 0-1. That's taken for strike 2. Lazar is not at a good spring training so far. Pitched 2 days ago and struggled and gave up 3 runs in that game to Tampa Bay. Was it Tampa Bay 3 days ago? Or was that the Yankees? I'm like losing track. Losing track of all these games, man. The pitch. Foul ball. Jordan Romano just came in to the Orioles-Phillies game. Pitched pretty well in his first outing. Lazar trying to get out of a jam here. 0-2. That's down for a ball. And Marchand gets up into a standing position to check the runners over at first and second. So my question is, who manages the second game? Like, which managers are out there? Rob, I don't think, is in the Baltimore game. Or sorry, Rob, I think, is in the Baltimore game. But who's the manager for this one? It has to be, I guess, I want to say Rich Doobie, but no, he was the pitching coach a while ago. The bench coach. Who's the bench coach? Rick Calitri. Has to be Calitri, right? One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. So then who's the assistant pitching coach? Because Caleb Cotham's at 1 game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Time called by Rafael Marchand. He wants to talk things over. Bowman's hit the ball sharply in all 3 at-bats today. Byron Buxton just hit his first homer of spring training. Just went over the left field wall. They're interviewing JT on the telecast. JT's playing against Baltimore today. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The next pitch from Lazar, and it misses inside for ball 2. Orioles just tied the game. Four to 3 Phils, bottom of the 6th in Toronto. Runner goes, 2-2 on the way, strike him out, throw over to third base. Marchand's, well, it was a good throw, but the third base umpire, Adam Beck, says he's safe. And they perform a double steal. I'd like to see a replay of this because that was a hell of a throw by Rafael Marchand. Good jump, too. Just a... that's close. Comes Shrek up to bat. And he'll bounce the first pitch foul. Preston Wilson. Wes, I knew what you meant. I just was thinking of like Preston Mattingly and Wes Wilson together. Preston Wilson. It's funny. No balls and 2 strikes. Robert Schreck, 24 years old. That's lefty. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And the inning does come to an end. We head to the top of the 7th. Out in Florida, Phillies lead at 4-3 against the Blue Jays. Does Wilson hit righty? Does Rojas hit anything? Dude, this sounds like a fight that we're having in the chat. That's funny. Are we fighting? Are we debating? Love it. All I ask is just to keep it clean. That's it. I love debating. Just keep it clean. Nothing personal. Nothing like that. That's to anybody that's out there. We got 40 people watching. 37 likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Orioles just took the lead. It's 4-3 Baltimore. Just took the lead. He deserves a short leash. I said that. He's not an everyday outfielder. He can't hit. He's a liability. But hopefully, guess what, man? Like, I like the idea of Rojas, and I'm hoping that he does hit. I'm just saying that the leash deserves to be short. They can't just give him till like June to do this. Especially with the way that Rincones has been playing and the more competition out there. Maybe they slide Marsh to center and maybe they have Rincones out in left field or whatever the case is. 2 balls, no strikes to Gabriel Rincones Jr. Bowden Francis is still pitching. His 39 pitches. 2-0 to Gabriel. Up high and away for ball 3. Come on, let's get one more sub. I need one more subscriber. Three balls, no strikes. Top of the 7th. 3-0 pitch to Rincones. And he gets the green light, but he fouls it away. All right, come on, let's get active in the chat. Charge! 3-1. That's down for ball 4. And there's a leadoff walk in the top of the 7th. There's Dave Dombrowski. He's representing the Phillies out in Florida at TD Bank Ballpark. And it looks like Bowden Francis' day is done. So Rincones gets on with the leadoff walk, and we have a pitch and change. Francis is good. See, the problem, though, is that, like, there we go. We got a subscriber. That's not a problem. I was just going to refute Larry's argument there. But that's beautiful. Great stuff. Thank you. Whoever subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Comment who you are if you guys want to show yourself. Let's take a look at some other Major League scoreboards. Major League scores. We got the Mets down 6-3 to the Boston Red Sox. How far did Jose Siri's homer go? They don't say. They don't say how far it went. It left the stadium that they couldn't measure. They couldn't measure the distance of the homer. It's funny. Alex Amalfi, who pitched in Vancouver last year, played in 36 games at a 3.28 ERA. Right-handers were hitting .214 against him, and lefties were hitting .276. He's out there to pitch to Rafael Marchand, who stares at the ball. That's high. But back to what I was saying, though, is that, you know, you look at the Dodgers lineup from 1 through 9, and they're scary, right? You look at the Yankees lineup from 1 through 9, and they're really good. And the Braves lineup from 1 through 9 is really good. And so, if you have, like, 8 hitters, right, that are really good, and you just have one player that's not so good, offensively speaking, you're at a disadvantage there. Sure, does he give you a nice defense? He does. He plays good defense. I can't disagree with you there. But wouldn't you rather have a better 1 through 9 lineup than just a 1 through 8? Because essentially then he's like a pitcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cal Stevenson. And the pitch, ground ball, rolled over to third base, and a fake throw on the run over to first, and they're going to throw it back over to second, and Rincones is now caught into a rundown, and he is out at third. A throw back over to first, that's not in time, and Cal Stevenson is safe. That's going to go down as a 5-6 ground out. Fielder's choice. Mike said, stop with the stats, Larry, and he just gave you a stat right there. He's like, you want stats? I'll show you stats. Rafael Antigua's coming up to bat. If I find 9 great hitters was so easy, every team would have that, says Larry. Well, the Dodgers have that. The Braves have that. The Astros have that. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. That's taken outside for ball 2. So then, I know it's a different sport, and I get that, right? But hear me out. 2 balls, no strikes, and the next pitch is up high for ball 3. I heard for so many years that Ben Simmons plays fantastic defense, and he did for the Sixers. But when you're out there on offense, it's 5-on-4. So, as the 3-0 pitch is taken down for ball 4, is that different? Because it's a different sport. So, like, is that different than just having 8 nice hitters rather than 9? Because to me, I feel like it's sort of the same thing. I don't know. you understand like what I'm trying to ask you? I don't even know what I'm trying to ask you. If somebody just plays really good defense, but they can't give you a lot offensively speaking in a basketball game, is that more impactful than a 9-hole hitter not being able to hit? Is my question. Or is that the same? Because I think it's the same. No balls, 1 strike to Justin Crawford. And the 0-1 pitch is outside. Amalfi still on the mound. That's Bobby Dickerson that they're interviewing. At shortstop, I would take excellent defense over a hitter. 1-1, and that's high for ball 2. I'm not saying that he has to be a good hitter, but he has to be productive at the plate. Like he has to show better results than what he's showing. Mike, if you've been drinking, you're kind of slurring your words. It is Sunday. 2-1 pitch, and that's taken for ball 3. Crawford in the box. 3-1 pitch. There's a high bouncer hit over towards third base. Going to be a tough play. Throwing the run over to first, and Crawford beats it out. And everybody's going to be safe, and there's bases loaded in the top of the 7th, and the Phillies are threatening. What's a 50 good hitter? But wait, Larry, you never answered my question. Center field is as important as a defensive position as shortstop. You still never answered my question. I'm asking is you probably didn't. You probably missed it. But if you're playing 4-on-5 basketball, is that the same as having just like 8 good hitters rather than just 9? Phillies just got a triple with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th against the Baltimore Orioles. Because to me, like, Ben Simmons played such great defense, but yet his offense was so bad. And it cost them games. Rojas costed the Phillies a pivotal Game 7 by hitting in the 9 spot with the bases loaded. Now we can also say that Doc Rivers should have never played Ben Simmons as long as he did, and Rob Thompson shouldn't have put Johan Rojas in that spot with the bases loaded. But that's one of the reasons why you lost. One ball, 1 strike. Top of the 7th, 4-3 Phils. Adam Miller is up to bat. This is a huge spot for him. And the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. All right, come on, Aiden. We need you to come through here. One-two pitch. That's popped up, and it's a foul ball. It did. Bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd. They're down. They need to get runs on the board. It's all about momentum. That's how baseball goes. It's a momentum type of a game. And that was a rally killer. I'm sure Mike would agree with me on that. 1-2 pitch, and that's taken outside for ball 2. If they put somebody else up in that spot and they get home 2 runs, that changes the whole outcome of the game. Now, they're not guaranteed to get the 2 runs. I'm not saying that, but I would rather take my chances with somebody else over Johan Rojas in a Game 7 where he, I think, only had 1 hit in the series. It was like an infield single. The count's now up to 3-2 to Aiden Miller with the bases juiced. Payoff pitch, strike 3 called. It was right at the knees. Should have swung at that. Ugh, I knew it was coming. I knew he was going to go with a slider. And Aiden Miller goes down looking on strikes. There is no A squad. They're both playing starters. The pitch, and that's taken inside for a ball. Otto Kemp is up to bat now. Been very impressed with him during spring training. 1-0. And there's a foul ball. Get active, baby. Let's go. Charge. Cost them the game. Didn't say it costed them the series, but it costed them the game for sure. Other batters got to hit, got to step up there, but Rob Thompson failed. And that was one of the main reasons why he failed. And Rojas has to step up in that spot. That's why we were so mad. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Phillies do lead at 4-3. I ain't even letting the big boys off the hook. Harper was cold. Trey was cold. They should have came through too to not be in that spot. But guess what? If I have bases loaded and there's 2 outs and my team is having trouble scoring, do I want my worst hitter up in that spot? No. I'll take Brandon Marsh over him. I'll take Matt Vierling over him in that spot. We had Matt Vierling that year. Put Matt Vierling up to bat. It was an automatic out. It was. It was, Mike. That costed them. That was one of the plays that costed them the game. Other guys have to step up. The bigger guys have to step up. But guess what? The manager, if the manager wants to win, he has to put his best guys up. Rojas was not playing well in that in that NLCS. I didn't say that. Rojas's at-bat did cost them the game. Yes. Yes, I will stick by that. Yes. I'm happy that we disagree on something. Griff McGarry is going to be pitching now for the Phils. Larry, would you build a team around Rojas? Look, I love the idea of Rojas. I do. I'm just saying that the leash needs to be short this year. I don't always remember everything I say on here. Give me a break. But yes, I now I do remember I did say that. Yes, he did. He costed them, that at-bat costed them the game in Game 7. He did. That single at-bat, 2 outs, bases loaded. Got to deliver in the money situations. Bottom of the 7th, and we got a runner on over at first with nobody out. Come at me. That's to anybody. That's to anybody, man. I mean, we can also go back and we can talk about the rest of that series. We could talk about putting in Sir Anthony Dominguez when they did and how they went to a bullpen game in Game 5. That was terrible. It should have never came to that in Game 4. And that changed everything in that series. 2 balls, no strikes to Matt Watley. I didn't say it was why they lost the series. I'm saying that was why they lost the game. The pitch, line drive, base hit out to left field, and runners are going to be at the corners now as Griff McGarry not having a good start to his day. That's the dumbest thing I heard. No, the dumbest thing that you heard was when somebody said LeBron James is not even a top 100 player. That's the dumbest thing that you've heard. This is the dumbest thing you've heard today. But, Mike, what do you think? Do you think that Johan Rojas costed them that Game 7 in the NLCS? I want to get your opinion, too. I want to get everybody else's opinion on that. Riley Teroda is up to bat. He was in high A, double A, and triple A last year. That's impressive. It jumped to all 3. That at-bat was the only thing that mattered. And guess what? It did matter. That was the most important at-bat of the game. 0-2 pitch, and that's down for a ball. I will say this, Larry. That guy's defense is great, but his ability to hit is not. Can somebody explain this to me? 1-2 pitch from Griff McGarry. That's way up high. He is struggling today, man. I've been so excited to watch this guy pitch. He's not doing good today. Can somebody explain this to me? How come in spring training in the first 2 weeks, so Rob Thompson said that they're going to work on bunting with Rojas like next week. Like, don't you think that they should be practicing that with him now? There's a wild pitch, and that's going to bring a runner home, and this baby is tied. Oof. That makes it a 4-4 game. Wow. Why wouldn't they just, work on bunting now? That's what spring training is for, I would think. They're not doing that with any of these hitters. 3-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And there is out number 1. Sit him down. But yeah, why aren't they doing that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. They said that, we're going to practice bunting in a couple of weeks with Johan Rojas. If the guy is having a hard time hitting and they want him to become a better bunter, don't you think they should work on that? I don't know. Roden is coming up. Alan Roden played in Double-A and Triple-A last season. One-0 pitch. That's taken outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. And McGarry can't find the strike zone. As the next pitch is down and in. That's not what Larry's saying. 3-0 pitch, and that's inside and low for ball 4. I think you got to pull the trigger here with Griff. Kroon is up to bat in the Orioles game. And he swung at ball 4. This guy has a lot of potential too, though. Barger in the box. Stares at ball 1. To the Kroon, and he grounds it over to third base. Throw over to first. He hustled, and he almost beat it out. Do you guys agree or disagree that Johan Rojas, that at-bat costed them Game 7 of the NLCS in 2023? JJ, I don't want to go back to the past. JJ, I want to just focus on the present. That's cool. I'm still asking the question, though. 2 balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 7th, and the 2-1 pitch. And that's taken at the knees for strike 2. Mike says absolutely, and he has cost us more games, too. I don't know if he costed us more games, but that one game was costly. Like, you can't deny that, man. Rob Thompson is at fault for that as well. 2-2 pitch, and that's down low for ball 3. Now, if you said no, that wasn't all on Rojas, like that's on Rob too, then you got a point. And I agree with you there. Three balls, 2 strikes, bottom of the 7th, 2 runners on, 1 out, 3-2 pitch. Griff McGarry gets the strikeout as he's able to throw one right on the outside corner. Larry, you have to tip your cap to great pitching in that series. The Diamondbacks, they didn't pitch so great. I mean, they pitched well, but we got cold. The pitch, net's taken for a ball. I'll take our pitching staff that year over the Diamondbacks. I mean, their pitching staff was nice, but geez. We just went cold after game 2, man. Two balls, no strikes to Davis Schneider. And the pitch. And that is a check swing. Did he go? And they say, yes, he did over at first base. The pitch outside, and the count is now 3-1. Our hitters did go cold, including Rojas during the biggest at bat. The 3-1. And that's down low for ball 4. I stand by my comments. And the bases are juiced with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Rojas should bunt every time he's up, including with 2 outs and with 2 strikes. And I don't know why they're not practicing that, Mike. They're waiting until the 3rd week of March to do that. And the bases are now loaded for Toronto, and we got a pitching change with 2 outs. Come on, Griff, you gotta be better than that, man. How can you blame just one guy? That was just game 7. I mean, I think Bryce had like runners over at first and second too. He struck out swinging, and I wanted him to come through there, and that was his fault. But that was the opportunity, man. That was it. Sorry, I'm gonna start typing. Aaron Nola pitched really well in that game. And he deserved better. Keep liking and keep subscribing, folks. I'm with you there, Larry. I'm with you there. That's understanding strategy. But guess what? That's letting the hitters off the hook there. Connor Ash is going to pitch. So he gets set from the belts, and there's a check swing foul ball. Bottom of the seventh still. No balls, one strike. 4-4 with bases loaded and 2 outs. Did that first baseman in the Orioles game just flop on a pitch? One ball, one strike, 2 gone, bottom of the seventh. Heineman's up to bat. And Ash is on the hill. 1-1, swing and a foul ball. Is this Alex Verdugo's brother? It's up to bat in the Orioles game. 1-2. And it's a breaking ball. It's down and away for ball 2. Just throwing a foot outside the swing. What a genius. I'm with you there, man. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The next pitch, it's popped up, hit over towards the first base side in foul territory. Hyman says, get out of play, and it does. I always hated when I'd pop up a pitch, and it was like my first at-bat. I was ready to crush one, and I just popped it up, and it didn't go out of play. It always annoyed me. Ash comes set and deals and throws a pitch just off the plate. 48 people tuning on in, 41 likes. Let's keep it going. Phillies and O's are going to the top of the 9th. We're still in the bottom of the 7th in this game. 3-2 delivery. That's down low for ball 4, and the Blue Jays walking a run. Great at bat by Heineman. Great at bat by him. Again, and it worked, Larry. How come our hitting coach didn't recognize it? Mike, I'll back Larry up on this. Because guess what? You've complained about our hitting coach last year. We don't bunt. The reason why we ended where we were last year, it was bigger than just the players. That was coaching. They emphasized swinging for the long ball, swinging for the fences, and yet the Mets found a strategy and said, guess what? We're going to throw curveballs. That was strategy. We're not going to give you any fastballs to hit. They learned that from game 2. That's how they beat us. But JJ, you proved my point. No. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the next pitch, and that's fouled away. When we played against the Diamondbacks, yeah, their strategy was to throw pitches off the plate. We swung at that, but that was not really it wasn't rocket science to figure that out. 2-2 pitch, check swing, did he go? They say yes, he did, and the inning comes to an end. Right, exactly, Larry. That's why we lost last year. And then our manager lost us game 5 by putting in Jeff Hoffman in a bases-loaded situation. Bases loaded, he comes in, 2 outs, and Jeff Hoffman comes in to pitch. You don't do that. You don't do that. So we go to the top of the 8th. Phillies down to their final 6 outs in this game. But that also doesn't excuse Alec Bohm for not hustling into second base. Doesn't excuse the error that he made over at third base either. The little bobble. Sure, all those things contributed to it. But bases loaded grand slam by Lindor costed us that game. But all the other at-bats didn't matter on the last one. That was the most important at-bat. That was the most important at-bat out of all. All right. What's going on here? This is up now. We're in the top of the 8th. Phillies down 5-4. Yimi Garcia back out there for the Toronto Blue Jays. Back in another season with Toronto, I should say. Taylor's up to bat. He had a homer a couple of days ago. And he swings and misses at the 1-0. Y'all are funny, man. Y'all really crack me up. I love you guys, man. Carson Taylor in the box, 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. He wanted to take a hack at that thing, and he missed it. Leave Brittany alone. I'll tell you this. You want a positive from that year? Johan Rojas won them game 5, or game 4, of that NLDS that year because of the diving catch that he made to Rob Round Acuna Jr. You want a positive there? He took the heart and souls out of the Braves in that one moment. Everybody forgets that. 5-4 Blue Jays. Ricketts in the box. So Taylor struck out. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, and that's taken for a strike. In the other squad game, Phillies are down 4-3, and they're going to the bottom of the 9th. One, and that's taken down low for ball 2. Which team is playing Baltimore? The Phillies. They're even. They're even. There's good players on both teams. If that's what you're wondering. I just love to joke with y'all. Stating the obvious. Never gets old. 2-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. It's not that deep. And the catch is made just at the warning track. About the plate crap. You guys have been going at it all day. It's beautiful. Pineda's up. He's facing Garcia now. So Cole Ricketts just popped out to left. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, and that's taken down for a ball. None of this stuff matters. It's just that at-bat in Game 7. That was a big at-bat. Costed them. And Rob Thompson costed them that game, too. Leandro Pineda is up. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Top of the 8th. And the pitch. And that's taken down for ball 3. Come on. Charge! Previous pitch has just been challenged. That's a ball. That is a ball. So it is a 3-1 count. The next pitch popped up. It's a foul ball. And it goes out of play. But yeah, that catch that Rojas did make against Acuna to take away that base hit. That was like what? I think that was in the 8th inning with the bases loaded. That gets by him. Braves have life. 3-2. And another foul ball by Pineda. I said if you wanted to blame Rob, then that's fine too. Because Rojas, in that moment, you can make the argument that he shouldn't have been batting. But guess what? He is at fault because he got out. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Pineda. Larry's stuck in that at bat. He just can't believe I said that. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball right down Broadway. And there's out number 3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Blue Jays lead it 5-4. Larry's still fouling off pitches in that at bat to try to stay alive. Just kidding. Just joshing with you, man. Phillies are down 4-3 against the O's. And Prado is in the box. He's been putting up a good at-bat against Baumholtz. How could that be? Well, the other guy stepped up. They bailed him out. They bailed him out, man. Harper was hot. Casty was hot. All those other guys were hot, and they bailed him out. But then as you get deeper into the playoffs, guess what? That stuff matters. Why did we say, like when Boston plays against Cleveland or something, like some things aren't going to fly? We say that even in football. Some people said that the Eagles are only going to get so far with the running game, but once they play the Chiefs, they're done. It ended up not happening, but the Buffalo Bills can go as far as they can, but then, once they go up against the elite teams, then those little things matter. It does matter. That does matter, but the Phillies had a weakness that finally got exposed. It got exposed. That's what happened. Braden Fosnod is going to pitch. We're in the bottom of the 8th. No balls, 1 strike. Check swing. Did he go? They say no over at third base. They had a weakness and it got exposed. And that was the Phillies' weak point. Dude, there are a lot of birds in this Baltimore game that are just taking on over the outfield. Holy moly. Two balls, 2 strikes, bottom of the 8th. Nobody out. Shrek is in the box. And the pitch. And that's up high for ball 3. After this, we do have a post-game show. And we'll be talking about things that I saw in both of these games. I haven't really been commenting on the Orioles game. Phillies are down to their final out in that game. All love, guys. Larry, love you, brother. No, absolutely. I love disagreeing with people. I like agreeing with people, but this is what makes the world go round, man. There's a ground ball hit over towards the right side, backhanded by the second baseman. The throw over to first is in time. If we all agreed on the same things, life would be so boring, man. Don't get me started on Kevin Long and Rob Thompson. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out. Leo Jimenez is in the batter's box. I'm just laughing when Mike says Larry's still stuck in that bat. It's all entertainment, man. 1-0 pitch. And that misses inside for ball 2. In all seriousness, though, 2-0 pitch, and that's fouled away. I am going to do like an NFL Combine podcast. I really haven't taken time to like watch anything. Has anything stood out to you as far as like for the Eagles' sake? For those of you that are NFL fans, like have any players stood out to you during the combine that you're like, damn, we got to go after this guy in the draft? Or even your Vikings, Larry. Like, has anybody stood out to you that you've been hearing a lot about? 3 balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 8th, 1 out. The pitch, and that's high and away for ball 4. So 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies are down to their final strike against the O's. Kind of 2-2 to, I think it's Brandon Rincon who's up to bat. What's up, JS? How are you, my friend? Pitch, ground ball, hit over to third. To flip over the second, there's 1. Throw over to first in time for an around-the-horn double play. And the inning is over. And we go to the top of the 9th. Phillies making some noise in the bottom of the 9th against Baltimore as they have back-to-back base runners. So they're not done yet. Okay. They have the tying run at second and the winning run over at first. Got a base hit by Rincon into the hole. Like to see that. Has anybody stood out to you in the NFL Combine? I do have to do a podcast this week on it, but I haven't really had time to watch things. So there's a simultaneous 2-game choke going on. Well, it's not a 2-game choke. It's just one of them could be a choke. One of them has just been back and forth. I'm giving him a chance too. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a chance. The leash has to be short, though. McIntosh is up to bat for the Phillies in the bottom of the 9th in the O's game. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Herbert Holtz is still pitching. He has 26 pitches. 1-1 pitch to McIntosh, and he swings and misses at it. And the Phillies again down to their final strike in the O's game. I'm so confused. How do you play 2 games at once? Because they have an inter-squad game. They have an inter-squad game. I'm not even covering the O's game. I just chose to cover the Blue Jays game. Chad Green is going to pitch for the Jays. First pitch. There's a little cue shot that's hit back over towards the mound, and there's the first out of the top of the 9th. Holy moly. 5-4 Blue Jays, 1 out. McIntosh just got hit. And a base hit against the O's can have them walk it off. Cal Stevenson facing Chad Green. And the first pitch is down low for a ball. Phillies had nobody on in the bottom of the 9th against the O's with 2 outs. And they can walk it off. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stevenson against the Jays, and the 1-1. It's on the outside corner for strike 2. One-two pitch to Stevenson, swing and a miss, and the Phillies down to their final out against the Jays. They're also down to their final strike against the O's. Come on, Kroon. 1-2 to Kroon. Line drive, base hit into left field, and the Phillies are going to walk it off against the Jays. Against the O's, that is, excuse me. And they win 5-4 against Baltimore. And the pitch on the way here in the Jays game, Phillies down to their final out. And there's a line drive caught over in left field. And that's the game. So the Phillies timed it out perfectly. Games ended at the same exact time. They lose to the Jays, but they come back and beat the O's. The final score in both games is 5-4. Couldn't have asked for a better time. That was wild. That's insane. Wow. Kroon deserves a spot. Potentially. I'm happy that he's battling. So the Phillies lose to Toronto 5-4, but they beat the Orioles 5-4. Who would have thunk? All right. Time for a little post-game show, and then I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to keep it short today. I think I've said that now for 2 days in a row, but I have other stuff that I want to do today. All right. Let's go to the monologue screen. All right. So let's talk about the Blue Jays game first. Okay. Taijuan Walker pitched today. Here's the points that I got. Taijuan Walker elevated his pitches, and again, 2 bad outings, and I'm done with him. I'm cutting Taijuan Walker. There is no reason why he should even be on this team, and I'd rather eat up the rest of his contract. They're not going to find a way to trade him. Eat up the rest of his contract and just let him go. That's where I am with him. One more outing, and if he does the same thing, bye-bye. I'm done with him. I'm done with Mercado. And that's where I am with Taijuan Walker. Oh, but JJ, if you look at the stats, after he gave up the home run to Dalton Varsho, he got 5 outs in a row. Well, if you watch the game, Vladdy hit the ball really sharply over the second base. And the Phillies were lucky that he was able to ground out. Next play, same thing. Ground out over to third. Then George Springer in the top of the second hit a rocket over to shortstop. So when you see exit velos over 100 miles per hour off of this guy, look at those stats. Those are the stats you should be looking at. Over 115 miles per hour, 115 to 120. So, there you have it. Taijuan Walker, one more outing like this, and he's done. Trey Turner today in the Blue Jays game. Not a good day again. They're trying to put him in the leadoff spot, and so far it's not working. Hopefully he gets hot, but not good at bats. Not seeing a lot of pitches, chasing after a lot, and not so good. Now, Brandon Marsh today got robbed on a hit out to center field on his first at-bat. And then in the third at-bat, he also hit the ball sharply out to center field. I thought maybe it had a chance to go. Did not, though. So he lines out. So, it's great. Stott. Bryson Stott today made a nice play, again, over at second base. His defense is not what worries me at all. It's just, can he have a healthy year at the plate? And I think that the answer to that is yes. He walked in his final at-bat, put up a good at-bat there, a good plate appearance, but 0 for 2 with a walk and did score a run. Max Kepler got on with a double today. He's a guy that doesn't really have a lot of discipline either. I know this at the plate. When he's up to bat, he's just hacking at things. And fits really well, I guess, with the Phillies' philosophy of just trying to swing for the fences. Not even joking. I'm being dead serious. Think that he sort of fits that scheme. So, that's why he strikes out a lot of times. He didn't strike out today, but 1 for 3 with a double. Nice. Marshawn had a great day today. Gunned out 2 runners, almost gunned out a 3rd runner over at third base. I made the joke earlier in the game, and I said, dude, after every single time this guy picks somebody off, the Blue Jays just hit a homer. It happened in the first at-bat when Bo Bichette was caught over at second base stealing, and then Dalton Varsho homered. Then it happened again later when Bo Bichette homered and Stuart Baroa was caught. I told him to stop. But all jokes aside, he played well and did some good things. He had the nice RBI single, or the RBI double that was. That thing was launched out to right, and the right fielder just misjudged that play. I don't know who it was there. I think it was Barger. He just timed it off a little bit, tried to lay his body out, and just was a little bit just was a little bit late. If it was early, he would have kept it out in front of him. But he was just late. But still a good swing by Marshawn. Cody Clemens. That swing that he had off of Max Scherzer was great. I don't know where Cody Clemens fits into this. I don't. Is he going to play first some of the time and second some of the other time? I'm sure he is, but there's only so many roster spots. And maybe, I don't know, I feel like that this guy in another lineup could be a starter. I don't know about you, but I really do feel that way. Just like, we said years ago that Derek Hall could be a starter on any other team and that the Phillies were just sort of, they just didn't have room to bring them up because they were so loaded. They were loaded at first base, I should say. So where were they going to put him in the lineup? I feel like that's sort of the same thing now with Cody Clemens. And maybe they could get a nice piece back for him. I don't know. But he also can play second base pretty well. But yeah, he had a good day today. Home run, a single as well, back up the middle. And to do it off of Max Scherzer, that's a very good thing. Gabriel Rinconis Jr., my unicorn. Excellent once again. Excellent. This guy is popping the bat. The only thing that concerns me about this guy is his defense. He's not a fast guy. Okay, he's not a speedster out there. But his power is legit. It is so much fun to watch this guy rake. He could really be in a home run derby one day. And I think that this guy has what it takes to be a Major League Baseball player. I do. Maybe in a couple of years, and I know I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here, but I think that what he's doing translates to the big league level. The question is, when they're facing, when I'm watching these at-bats, when I'm watching Gabriel Rinconis up to bat at the plate, right? I'm trying to see how he does against major league pitchers. Bowden Francis, a very good pitcher. A guy that had some really good outings last year and almost had 2 no-hitters for Toronto. Played pretty well. Was their best pitcher last year. Had an 8-5 record, 103 innings pitched. A lot of ground ball outs he had. And to take him yard, that's a statement. That's a statement. I'll take those stats. Cal Stevenson, DH today. Struck out twice. 2 terrible at-bats for him. My man's looking at a curveball. And actually, Rincones had an at-bat where I thought maybe he should have gone back-to-back with Cody in that second inning, but then he strikes out looking at a pitch that's right down the middle. And Scherzer played with fire on that pitch, but he executed. And Rincones should have fired the trigger and did not. So, yeah, that's what offensively stood out to me today in this game here. But my question to you guys is, should Gabriel Rincones, if the spring training ended today, does Rincones deserve a roster spot on this team? If so, who would you take him over? I'll take him over Wes Wilson. I know that Wes is a righty, but I think maybe not Wes Wilson. But who else would it be? Would it be Cody? I don't know. It's hard when you really do think about it. I guess Wes would probably be the only option. And Wes, unfortunately for him, is hurt. So, I don't know. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. Rafael Antigua. Guy's defense is good. Didn't have a good day, though, today. Didn't make a lot of noise at the plate. And not much I can say else about the offense. But I took good things. Overall, Trey Turner, bad day. Brandon Marsh, okay. Didn't get the results, but he hit the ball hard twice. In spring training, that's fine with me. Bryson Stott, not such a good day from him. Kepler had a double. All right. Rafael Marchand, 1 for 3, but he gunned out 2 runners. Made some good plays behind the plate, so I'll give him a B. Cody Clemens, give him a B+, A- maybe, because of the home run. Rincones, B+ again. And Stevenson and Lantigua, F. Pitching-wise, Taijuan Walker, F. Pitched bad again. Orion Kerkering had a hiccup. And so, I'm not here to bash the guy because he doesn't give up a lot of home runs. But that solo shot that he gave up was a big one. Tanner Banks, not a good day. He allowed the home run to Bo Bichette and gave up the hit to Baroa. Not a good day from him. McMillan, this guy's good. I know that he had the 2 walks that he allowed, but he also had 2 strikeouts. And I thought his stuff during those 2 strikeouts was okay. I didn't mean to say good. I said it was okay. Max Lazar, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Got out of the jam. He did. Fine by me. Not great. Not bad. He did fine. It could have been a lot worse. Didn't have a good outing in his first one. He gave up a couple of runs. And that was on Saturday. That was on Friday afternoon. I think it was actually against the Yankees that they played that day. Griff McGarry, I had a lot of eyes on him today. And I can see why the Phillies have not brought him up yet. He's not ready. 2 walks, 2 earned runs, and 2 strikeouts for him. And I thought that he left pitches out over the middle of the plate and just could not attack the zone the way that he should have. And you can see why he's still a project. Didn't have a good year last year. Had a great year the year before that. The goal for Griff this year, and there's not really a rush because we're not going to need him as a starting pitcher this year. Hopefully, if we're healthy. But the goal for him is just to develop out in AAA and just get the strikeouts back to what it was 2 years ago. I'm curious as to why Mick Abel has not pitched yet. That, I think, is a problem. Something must be going on with Mick. I haven't seen Mick pitch. Is something going on? Did I miss something with Mick Abel? Is Mick Abel hurt or something? Because I find it weird that he hasn't pitched. So, if somebody could explain that to me, I would appreciate that. I will actually double check right now to see if anything is up with Mick Abel. Let's go here. I find it so odd that he hasn't pitched yet. Mick Abel. Phillies players in Phillies camp that haven't made an appearance. Mick Abel, Moises Chase, Ranger Suarez, and Gio Zuniga. It's weird. He threw a pregame batting practice. That was on the 27th, though. So I find that odd and a little bit weird. So, yeah. Overall, some nice things. And some things that I'm not so happy with. I'm not happy with Trey Turner. Justin Crawford, also give him credit. He beat out an infield single today. I love this kid. I do. This kid is quick. This kid has speed. And he can make contact. Maybe might give Yohan Rojas a run for his money. Not saying this year. Maybe it is this year. I don't know. I need Rojas to step up this year, but Crawford, the defense and the contact, it's making him a very good candidate for him to come up to the big leagues and provide some sort of an impact. Aiden Miller had a chance today with runners at first and second to try to do some damage. Struck out swinging. Wanted them to come through. I know I'm putting a lot of pressure on this guy, but he's their number one prospect. Well, their number two prospect. Number one, if you want to talk about it without Painter. But he's a top prospect for them nonetheless. I'd like to see him break through. Overall, the guy that's having the best spring training is Rincones, and the second best is Justin Crawford, in my opinion. If we're just talking about minor league players. Otto Kemp struck out today. Not going to give him too much heat. He's been having a very good spring training, too. He's made some good plays over at second base defensively. And another good contact hitter. Taylor and Ricketts got a chance to play as well. Pineda also was out there for one at-bat. But yeah, nothing too much else. They were 1 for 5 today with runners in scoring position. But they had a lot of home runs in both games combined. Those are my takeaways, though, from this Blue Jays game. Griff McGarry has to get better. He still is a project. And there's no rush for him to come up, but maybe if he does good in sprint, maybe if he does good during the season, maybe he becomes an asset that the Phillies could trade. I don't know. Just maybe. Maybe. And then let's go to the Orioles game. Let's talk about that. Phillies came back bottom of the ninth, down 4-3 with nobody on and 2 outs. And they beat the Orioles against Christian Herberholtz. Couldn't finish the deal. Kyle Schwarber struggled. Edmundo Sosa struggled. Castellanos struggled. Harper had a good day. And the guy that had the best day today was Alec Bohm. An opposite field homer, and his second homer that was. Then he had 1 out to left center field. Good stuff. My only critique on Alec Bohm is keep this up during the whole year. Keep it up. Anthony had a good at-bat. Rincon actually played pretty good today. And Mercado had a home run. I like this guy too. I think Mercado's sort of underrated when we're looking at outfielders. So it's good to see that the outfielders that are minor leaguers are doing their thing. You know? Buddy Kennedy struggled today, 0 for 3. JT, 0 for 1. He had 2 walks, though. A couple of good at-bats. I know that Sanchez allowed the 1 run. That was, I think, in the 3rd inning. But my man's reaching 98 now consistently on the gun. That's scary. That is scary to think about. The bullpen in that game pitched great. Except for Romano, who had the 2 runs allowed. And I wanted him to have a big day. But Alvy is looking a lot better. Alvarado has had a very good spring training out of the bullpen. 2 strikeouts for him today. The slider looks like it's good. The fastball has been gaining some velocity as well. Like what I'm seeing there. And Joel Cunell, take what you want from him. Over his last 3 outings, though, he's been doing pretty good stuff. Older, he's in his 30s. Hasn't had a good career. But who knows? Just somebody to keep your eye out on. All right. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to wrap it up. And I'll see you all tomorrow, man. No Phillies games tomorrow. But we got a Sixers game tomorrow night. I'll be back on for that. I need to take the afternoon off. I don't know if you can tell. I'm a little bit tired. And I see it. But I love you all to death. And I will catch you all on the next one. And see you all very soon. Go Phils.